We are ready for game two here at Bowen Field as the first pitch from Colton Botchler is in there for a strike after the Rams won game one of this doubleheader 8-5. Guerin is at the plate down in an 0-1 count with the right-handed pitcher from Maryville, Tennessee, and Colton Botchler whipping in the first pitch for a strike. So we'll see Guerin getting another start in right field, Daria batting second for the Trailblazers, and Lee batting third as a big cut and a miss for Guerin there. Winning pitcher in game one was Nathan Cutler, 10 strikeouts for the junior from Bedford, Virginia, through 7 innings of work. And Bluefield has improved to 4-2 on the season. 0-2. Swung on, lifted into center field. Napoleon with a beat on it. Points up and makes the catch for out number one. That's a great way to start out the ball game for Bluefield College. And now, with one out, we will see Daria, the shortstop. So now there's one out. Daria at the plate, the shortstop. He swings and grounds it down the left field line. There's a base hit. On his way to second, and he will get there. Daria, a long round of second, and he is in with a double. So a two-bagger for Daria to start out this 7-inning game. And now for Lee coming up to the plate with a runner in scoring position. So Lee will be the first baseman in this game as opposed to the catcher. Long will be the catcher for this young team in OCU. Head coached by Michael Blevins, trying to come back from an 8-5 loss in game one. He won out the pitch. Shows bunt, lays it down cleanly left side. Botchler fields, slings to first. Not in time. So an infield single, Daria on to third after his double, and then Leon with a bunt single. Runners on the corners with one out. Rysinga up to the plate, who had a really tough go of it in that first game. Struck out swinging in the top of the ninth. Went 0 for 5, trying to find his first base hit, the designated hitter. Botchler deals right down the plate, strike one. It's Colton Botchler, transfer from the University of Arkansas, Pine Bluff. No balls, one strike. Runner going, trying to squeeze it home, and it's fouled off in a bunt attempt. Daria tried to slide in there after the squeeze on a bunt attempt. Now it's 0-2. We'll have to see if they likely will go around for the swing here. No balls, 2 strikes, runners on the corners. By the way, Bailey Engel on the call. Glad to have you with us on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Game 2 of a doubleheader. Game 2 of this 3-game set. We're going to have the conclusion tomorrow at 1 p.m. The 0-2. Outside and low, ball 1. Rams in the field look like they have the exact same fielding lineup. Over at third, Ozzie Millette for Bluefield. At short, Ellie Mejia. Second, Wayne Butler. Now Botchler deals 1-2. Swung on, cracked into right field, backing up, and he can't make the catch. Guerin, or Daria rather, coming in. Here comes the second runner in Lee. Throw to third. Off target. It's a 2-run triple. Rysinga finding his first hit of the day, and it ends up being a huge one. Already a 2-run lead for the Trailblazers. OCU with some life here. Hamlin to the plate now. Swinging a hard hit ball up the middle, and Rysinga will score. Rysinga's in there, 3-0. And this is getting tough for Colton Bochler. Hamlin, the first baseman. Now on at first with an RBI single. They are supercharged in game 2. Henderson to the plate now. Well, Joe Henderson, the center fielder. Lays a bunt up, and it goes over the catcher for Bluefield. Rams at 4-2, OCU 1-3. Bluefield College only scored in 2 of the 9 innings. Back in game 1, they had 5 runs in the 6th and added on 3 more a couple innings later. Bunt attempt up the middle. Bochler slings to first in time, 2 away. The job is done on a sacrifice as Henderson pushes Hamlin over at his second. 3-0, 2 outs, runner at second, and here comes Hyde. Carter Hyde, we did not see him start in game 1. Now he's the left fielder in the place of Holtz. Thanks for tuning in here on a Saturday. 2 games of baseball in winter. Runner in scoring position with a big leadoff in Hamlin. Bochler looks at him, deals home, cut and a miss. Actually got a piece of it, popping into the catcher's mitt for Bluefield. Got the Bochler to Bochler battery. No balls, 1 strike with that glare certainly starting to become a part of this game. 0-1. Swung on, fouled away, right side. I guess it was right side. I'm telling you, that glare is punishing. Oh and 2, 2 outs. Carter Hyde calls time as expected as Bochler steps off. We're still in the top of the first inning. OCU putting on 3 runs. Aria with a double, then a single from Lee, a triple from Rysinga, and then we just saw an RBI single for Hamlin. And for the 0-2. Almost got him, and I think Hyde thought he was dead meat after that as well, as the pitch just carried a little bit outside. It's ball 1, 1-2. Solid lead at second for Hamlin. Carter Hyde choked up on the bat. The pitch popped up, foul territory, right side now to play. Rams also have new man at first base, and Elijah Martin. Excuse me, and Trey Martin. And out in left, it's Holzer. And center, Pepe Napoleon. And in right, Edgardo Bernard. Bochler deals. And it's Hyde. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 7th batter of this inning, top of the first, making a statement so far, already up 3-0. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Michael Blevins, the third base coach and the head coach for OCU. A little bit more encouraged of his Trailblazers team here. Runner at second and the 2-2. Swinging a shot over the shortstop's glove, Mejia. Into left field, another base hit. Hamlin on his way home, 4-0 Trailblazers. So Hamlin is in, 4-0 the score. That'll bring in Ethan Kunkel. Saw him bat once in the last game. Freshman from Clarksburg, Ohio. 2 outs, 4-0 the score. We are in the top of the first inning. 5 hits allowed by the starter. Bochler deals. Fastball, just a bit high, but crossing the plate where the umpire wanted, strike 1. Steal one. High and outside, 1-1. All on a strike. Carter Hyde at first base with an RBI single. Ethan Kunkel gonna knock him in. Hefty cut there, way out in front. So 1-2. Bit of a break on that pitch. Ball and 2 strikes. Runner at first. The pitch. Swinging a fly ball right side. Blooping into shallow right. Butler steps back and makes the catch to end that long top of the first inning. A 4-run score for OCU on 5 hits. They leave one man on as we head to the bottom half of the first inning. Rams down 4-0. Tanner Pop is on the mound for OCU, coming up with a 4-0 lead over Bluefield College. Bottom of the first we go. Andreas Holzer leads off for Bluefield, followed by Edgardo Bernard, the first baseman, now turned into the right fielder into this game, and then Ozzie Millette, the third baseman, rounding off the first 3 batters. Holzer with a healthy cut and a miss, strike 1. He reached his last time on an error, but he was hitless in game 1. This is a guy with a little bit of a pop in his bat. Swing and a miss, trying to fish that one out again, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Pop, the right-handed pitcher from Chillicothe, Ohio, deals. Swung on, ground ball, left side. Daria's there, lobs to first, 1 out. Holzer has been victimized by the 6-3 putout a couple of times today and leads off the bottom of the first the same way. There's our Edgardo Bernard. We see out of Edgardo in game 1. He had a sacrifice for an RBI back in the 6th inning of game 1. That big inning for Bluefield in which they scored 5 runs. Also came around to score after being walked in the 8th. Here's the pitch. Outside corner for strike 1 on the lefty. So Millette, followed by Napoleon. Butler batting 5th. And batting 6th. Once again, we'll see Trey Martin. That goes outside. Curbelo, the DH in the lineup today in game 2. Eli Mejia batting 8th. And then rounding it out is Bachler for Bluefield. 1-1. Outside and low, 2 balls, 1 strike. count at 2-1 with 1 out. Pitch. Swinging a line drive foul down the right field side. My mistake, everybody. 1-2 count with 1 out. Ball and 2 strikes as Hop fires. Swing and a drop, third strike, but then the tag applied. And that is the first strikeout of the day for the starter in Hop. So there's 2 gone as Millette comes to the plate. So Ozzie Millette had a couple of base hits in the first game. I'll check that, only 1. Reached on an error in the 8th. Came around to score. That pitch is low. 4-0, 2 outs, bottom of the first inning. A 1-0. Swung on, hit on the ground over to third. Clean reel in by Runkle, throw to first in time. 3 up, 3 down go the Rams in the first inning. We head to the second, 4-0 Trailblazers. Now ready for the top of the second inning. Bluefield trailing by 4 runs. Bachler still on the mound for Bluefield College. And the first pitch to the catcher, and Bryant Lung goes right down the middle for strike 1. Game 2 on this doubleheader. This is only a 7-inning game, so Bluefield College with a little bit more of a limited time to come back in this one. For the 0-1. Same exact pitch, strike 2, another fastball. It's a 9-1-2 up for this Ohio Christian team. Have had a lot of people out here for Ohio Christian. The 0-2. Just missed outside, ball 1. When I say a lot of people out here, it should be understood it's for their fans. They're losing 8-5 in game 1. They scored 4 runs in the top of the 9th, so they have a little bit of momentum going into game 2. The 1-2 is outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rams led 8-1 in the 9th inning and just got a little dangerous there after OCU rallied on a couple of walks and base hits, including a bases clearing double by Lee. This is a 2-2. Swung on, lifted in the air, in the infield. Mejia calls for it, waves off Butler, makes the catch. There's out number 1. So 1 out. Connor Guerin up to the plate. 0 for 1, flew out to center field on a well-struck ball to Pepe Napoleon. The pitch shows bunt, fouls it off. 4-0 the score. Now, it's kind of like how these games go because it seems like the runs come in waves. Bluefield College with 2 big innings in the first game. It's not like they inch their way to 8 runs. As that pitch goes down the middle for strike 2, 0-2 with 1 out. Bachler nods in. Comes set, wants to pitch to his brother, the 0-2. Swung on, ground ball left side, and actually shot in the air. It's caught for a base hit. Or excuse me, caught for out number 2. It is hard to follow the ball from this third base side, folks. We'll get a press box behind home plate one day to be a little bit easier to see. After all that confusion, just want to let you know there are 2 outs here in the top of the second. For nothing. Pitch goes a bit low for Daria with 2 outs. It's ball 1. Swung on, hit to left, in the air, catch is made, 3 outs. 3 up, 3 down, go the Trailblazers. Now we're on our way to the bottom of the second with OCU still leading 4-0. Lennon Napoleon ready to lead off for Bluefield in the bottom of the second inning with the Rams down 4-0. Bluefield was retired in order in the first inning as Napoleon ropes out one foul, third base side, now to play for strike 1. Center fielder ready for the deal as that one is popped back foul, hitting the catcher. There's strike 2. So there's Napoleon. We'll see Butler, the second baseman, as well as Trey Martin. Swing and a miss. Napoleon retired on strikes. And for Tanner Pop, that is his second strikeout. Wayne Butler up. I guess I should tell you who's rounding out the lineup. We'll see Curbelo batting 7th, Mejia 8th, and Bachler batting 9th. First pitch goes low and away to Butler, ball 1. Cuts and misses at the 0-1. Quickly down 0-2 with 1 out as the field lights start to pop on. Quick 0-2. Pop deals it a bit low. Now makes it 1-2 with a 4-0 lead. Skied foul, left side, out of play. Got one game for you tomorrow. So we got an update from Columbia, South Carolina. It looks like the Rams men's basketball team currently matched up with Allen at the moment. They are down by 9, 50-41. 1-2. And it's high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ready for the 2-2. Swing and a miss at a pitch in the dirt. Ready to throw to first. Butler retired. 3rd strikeout for Tanner Pop. Moves us to our 2nd out of the bottom of the 2nd. First pitch goes outside to Martin. Ball 1. Pitch. Swung on, ground ball over to second, reeled in, Lee throws to first after bobbling in time for the 3rd out. 6 up, 6 down for Bluefield College. They trail 4-0. Bachler on the mound for inning number 3. Here we are in the top of the 3rd. Leading off, it's Colton Lee, who pops it up left side. And Millette runs out of space to try to track that one down. Strike 1. We're in the 3-4-5 part of the lineup for OCU. They lead 4-0 after a pretty healthy top of the 1st inning. And Bachler fired back with a 1-2-3 top of the 2nd. Stepping back in, Bachler comes set. Kicks and deals. Hit in the air to deep center field. Napoleon on the warning track. Points at it, makes the catch about 3 steps in front of the track, actually. Makes that big catch as that one had some carry on it. There's a very loud out number 1. Rysinga had that big triple that broke open the 1st inning, drove in a couple of runs. He's 1 for 1 after going hitless in game 1. First pitch. Low and away, ball 1. Bachler trying to settle in here, the 1-0. Breaking ball high, 2 balls, no strikes. Be back here at 1 p.m. tomorrow, but by the way, another day to vote for Naquan Cousins in the Dark Horse Dunker competition. 2-0 is fouled back, strike 1. Head on over to darkhorsedunker.com if you haven't so already. Vote for Naquan Cousins, a Bluefield College men's basketball player trying to win a national dunk competition among others throughout small college sports. I mean, you have a lower tier D1 there, Division II, D3, and NAIA. 2-1. Grounded foul down the third base side. Evens the count at 2-2. Lots of sports in action today. Men's volleyball currently in a game against Life University down in Babson Park, Florida. Rams softball in Lebanon, Tennessee today against Cumberland. Here we are, baseball in Bowen, 2-2. Just a bit outside, missing by an inch, 3-2. So for Colton Bachler, trying to finish out this top of the third. Payoff. Into the air, left side, and foul. Holzer watches it go out. Gabe Bachler is catcher. Ready for a 3-2 coming up. Rysinga battling. Payoff to the righty. Swung on, hit on the ground, up the middle. Mejia can't get there. Rolls through for what appears to be a base hit. It looked like Mejia. That would have been tough for him to make that play, but it nicked off of his glove. So it is the 6th hit of the ball game for OCU. They have a man on with 1 out. Here comes Hamlin. Drove in a run on a single back in the first. 4-0. He also scored. 1 out. Rams need a big double play. They haven't turned a double play today. That one is popped up left side. Millette foul territory. Ranges towards the bullpen, and it goes out of play. There's strike 1. Pickoff attempt at first is not in time. No balls, 1 strike. Pitch fouled off right side. No balls, 2 strikes. Runner at first with 1 out. 4-0 lead for OCU after losing the first game 8-5. Only became 8-5 after they tacked on 4 runs in the top of the 9th inning. Rams did lead 8-1. Bachler, pickoff attempt. Sails a bit high. Game 2 of 3 in this series against OCU. Rams have dominated this series before. That pitch. Oh, where did that miss? Just a bit outside. 1-2. The sun pokes its way out through the clouds here in Bluefield. Ready to go with a 1-2. Swung on, hit in the air, out to right. Backing up Bernard, finds it. Makes the catch, 2 gone. So Rysinga stays at first base with 2 outs. 4-0, the lead for OCU, top of the third. Man on at first. Can Henderson try to knock him forward? He had a sacrifice bunt back in the first inning. Eventually made way for Carter Hyde to knock in Hamlin. The pickoff attempt a bit slow. Martin gloves it. 2 outs on a cold afternoon for baseball. And, you know, considering that, there's a lot more people here than I thought there would be on a almost miserable, cold afternoon. But the sun's poked out. That pitcher's fouled off in the attempted hit and run. Rysinga's going to have to go back to first base. No balls, 1 strike. Saw a few Bluefield College students in attendance today. Popped up again. Henderson down in an 0-2 count. And Bachler hurl another scoreless inning. Rysinga's flirted with going on the last 2 pitches. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Got him. Bachler struck him out as the Trailblazers leave a man on at first. But after 2.5 innings, we head to the bottom of the third. Rams are down 4-0. Bottom of the third, Pop still on the mound, and that pitch goes a bit inside and low for Cabello there, and it's ball 1. Rams are down 4-0, 7-8-9 due up for Bluefield after a rough start to this game. Bachler has rallied his way back with 2 scoreless innings, but Bluefield needs to score themselves off of Tanner Pop. The 1-0. Hit in the air, right side, foul territory, out of play. There's strike 1. Evens the count at 1-1 for Curbelo, who had that go-ahead double back in game 1. Drove in a couple of runs, and then the runner representing him, got to remember in college baseball you do have the courtesy runner for the catcher. Runner representing him came in to score in that big 5th inning. 1-1. And it's low. I think it was actually the 6th inning, but there were 5 runs scored in it. Either way, Bluefield won the first game 8-5. 4th win of the season for Bluefield College. Now the 2-1. Outside corner, strike 2. Evens it up 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Swung on, grounded over to third, reeled in, throw to first in time. So far 7 up, 7 down for Bluefield College. Ethan Kunkel was there to make the catch, or make the play over to first base. Ellie Mejia, a couple of base knocks for him in game 1. Well, I can't wait for that sun to just hide behind the tree line here in the Appalachian Mountains. First pitch in there for strike 1. Rounded up the middle and a base hit. So Mejia, the first baseball player for Bluefield to get on in the second game here. We're in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Guess I should have just said base runner. As Bachler comes up to the plate. So Cade Bachler, the catcher. That one's low for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Coming set with a 1-0. Ready from Pop with a runner at first. It's a 4-0 game. He deals. Chopper on the first base side. Caught there. Hamlin wanted to throw it, and then instead he lays down the tag on Bachler. So it moves the runner over to second base in Mejia. And that would have been risky if he turned around on that one. I think he realized, let's just get it out here. We're already up 4-0. Sends us back to the top of the lineup with Andreas Holzer. Boy, Holzer is due for one. He has grounded out to short a few times today. 0 for 1 with a 6-3 ground out in the second game here. And in the first game, he grounded out to short 2 other times. He's hit by a pitch and also walked with the bases loaded to bring in a run. Runner at second base with 2 outs in Mejia. The pitch swung on, cracked foul. First base side out of play. College baseball season starting to ramp up. And you look at the NAIA schedule, Bluefield College and Edward Waters, they played in January. Their first game was January 31st. That is so early to start a spring sport. I mean, the Super Bowl hadn't even happened yet. The 0-1. Swung on, shot left side, and that is a base hit. Runner will score in Mejia, and Andreas Holzer has broken the chain. He has now put Bluefield on the board. It's 4-1 with an RBI single from the Rams' leadoff man. Couple of singles for Bluefield here in this 3rd inning. Makes it 4-1. Gardner Bernard with 2 outs. Can he keep this going for the Rams? Pitch. High and away, ball 1. Just in the bottom of the 3rd, reminder, folks, that this is a 7-inning game. Inside. One ball, no strikes. High and in. 2 balls, no strikes. Gardo Bernard. Swinging the bat can make this a 1-run game. Mike White looking on from the 3rd base side in his 15th year as the head man of Bluefield College baseball. Ready for the 2-0. Outside corner called a strike of Bernard. So a batter's count to Bluefield's right fielder. 2-1. Bernard ready. Pop deals. outside, and it was actually 3-1. So now there's ball 4. Rams have 2 men on. Ozzie Millette, the third baseman. Tying run is at the plate for Bluefield. 4-1 the score. We're in the bottom of the third inning with 2 outs already. Coming set. The pitch. Swung on, hit in the air, center field, drops for a base knock. Holzer rounds third. He's on to home to score, and it's an RBI single for Ozzie Millette. 4-2, Millette just staying at first with a really healthy round of it. Nobody was there to cover at first base to force him to go back. RBI single for Ozzie Millette, though, and the Rams have crept back within 2 runs after Holzer scores, and Bernard is at third base. Pepe Napoleon. Runners on the corners and 2 outs. First pitch, and a tie for ball 1. One ball, no strikes. The pitch, just a bit inside. 2 balls, no strikes. Napoleon 0 for 1 in this game with a strikeout swinging to lead off the bottom of the second inning. Ready for the 2-0 coming up. Swung on, hit hard on the ground, but straight at third. Kunkel throws to first, and time to end the inning. But not before the Rams score a couple of runs on 3 hits. They leave 2 men on, but now we head to the 4th inning. 4-2, OCU leads. Top of the 4th inning. 7-8-9 due up against Bachler for Bluefield as he pitches right down the pipe to Carter Hyde. There is strike 1. Getting a bit colder here in Bluefield, but still a pretty decent baseball game after the Rams push 2 onto the board in the bottom of the 3rd. Pitch skips outside. There is ball 1. So we'll see Hyde, Kunkel, and Lung on a real murderer's row of last names. 1 ball, 1 strike. Really choked up on the bat here. The 1-1. Swung on and shot back up the middle. Bachler made the catch. out of sheer self-defense. Oh, my goodness. Wow. And there is out number one in the top of the fourth inning. I mean, it came off the bat so hot, I couldn't even see it as it went up to the pitcher, and he made the catch. So there's the first out. Ethan Kunkel comes up. Pitch. And the dirt. Ball one. One ball, no strikes. One out. (4-2). OCU putting 4 on the board in the first. Rams rallied back with a couple in the third. That pitch is high on Kunkel. He popped out to the second baseman his last time up with a runner on base and Hyde. Here's a 2-0. Down the middle, strike one. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Rams looking for a clean sweep of the doubleheader, trying to win the series. Both games today, as that one is fouled off. Moves on to the backstop, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Moving the bat behind his helmet. Calls for time. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Pitch is low and in. Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Long look in. Payoff. Outside, he missed it. Ball 4. So Kunkel is on for the first time in this game. Now we'll see Lung. Runner at first. It'd be really interesting if the Rams have been able, or will be able to turn a double play here. We haven't seen one for either team. That is through 12 innings of baseball. Swung on and hit into center. Napoleon backs up and gallops to make the catch. 2 gone. Meanwhile, Kunkel stays at first base. So we go back to the top of the lineup, and Guerin 0 for 2 after he lifted one to left field his last time up. That was back in the second inning. We're now in the top of the fourth. A 7-inning contest. Runner goes, the pitch. Throw down from Bachler. Skips in late. So Kunkel on with a stolen base. And by the way, that was strike 1 on Guerin. No balls, 1 strike. Ready for the 0-1 coming up. Here it is. Great pitch, strike 2. So Guerin down to the final strike at the top of the fourth. No balls, 2 strikes. A runner at second base for OCU. The 0-2. Golfed out to shallow left center. Storming in Napoleon. He can't get there. Runner and Kunkel will score, and that's an RBI single. 5-2 the score now in favor of OCU. He took a low pitch. That's a blooper into center and perfectly placed it into no man's land, and the Rams couldn't get there. 5-2, seventh hit of the ball game already allowed by Bachler. The Rams do not have a man warming up in the bullpen. Already 2 outs. Daria up to the plate. He doubled and scored in the first. He's 1 for 2 after flying out to left. The pitch. Not a tall batter, but that's high and called a strike. 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch, runner goes. He bunts it back foul, and it's quickly 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Now Thomas Huddleston comes out. Former Bluefield College pitcher. Also played some independent league ball out in Roswell, New Mexico. Got married over the offseason. These guys, it's just baseball all the time, trying to find new guys to come pitch for them, recruiting, and then when baseball actually fires up, I mean, it's a lot of work for this staff. Mike White, Garrett Schilling, and Thomas Huddleston. Turns around and goes back into the dugout. Ready to go for the 0-2. Bachler looks up. Runner goes, swung on, popped up left field side. Long chase for Millette and Holzer, and it falls in foul territory. Millette with a sliding effort could not get there. After all that, Guerin has to go back to first base. 5-2 the score. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 4th inning in a 7-inning game. Steps off again. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bachler relaxes and deals. Runner goes, swung on, grounded up the middle. Mejia gets it, has to throw to first. In time. Great play by Mejia to end the top of the 4th inning. But it's 5-2 in favor of OCU as we go to the bottom of the 4th. A 3-run lead for the Blazers. First pitch to Wayne Butler in the bottom of the fourth inning is his strike. Rams are down by 3 runs now as Butler looks at it outside, 1-1. Wayne Butler, Trey Martin, and Curbelo all due up for Bluefield, a 5-6-7. They scored a couple of runs back in the third, but OCU answered with a run of their own. Rams second baseman looks at it outside, 2-1. Glad to have you with us here, Bluefield College. Down by 3 runs. And called a strike, 2-2. Opens up a really packed week of sports. We had 2 baseball games today. We have a home baseball game tomorrow, 3 home men's volleyball games next week. And then a week from today, a basketball doubleheader as Butler pops it up, foul territory. Kunkel looks at it, and it goes out of play. So 2-2 with nobody on. Bottom of the fourth, the pitch. Hit in the air, left side. Backing up, stepping in, Carter Hyde makes the catch. So there's 1 gone. Trey Martin up. Oh for 1, grounded out to second. Remember, for the folks tuning in at home, this is just a 7-inning game. It's game 2 of this doubleheader. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. And the pitch. Martin cuts and misses. There's strike 1. Just got confirmation I was right. 1-1. It's a 7-inning game as Martin pops it up. Now looking for it here. Lung can't make the catch. Goes out of play. Ball and 2 strikes with 1 out. The 1-2. Just missed inside. Martin a bit lucky there. The first baseman is going to see a 2-2 coming up with 1 out. Nobody on. A 3-run game. Popped up again. Foul. Out of play. So it stays 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out. Martin digs back in. It was a 2-2 with 1 out. Now Tanner Pop has really played well. The 2-2. Swung on and hit into center field. A base hit for Martin, capping off a great AB for Bluefield College's first baseman. Fouling off a couple, forcing a couple of extra pitches, and Pop has to go back to the mound with a runner at first base and 1 out. Curbelo now up for Bluefield. George Curbelo Jr. Pitch. Swung on, shot down the left field line. There's a base hit. Here comes Martin around second. He's held up at third, and there's a double from Curbelo. Now the tying run comes to the plate. Great hit by Curbelo. Eli Mejia. Bluefield College down by 3 runs. A base hit will make it a 1-run game. Pitch fouled off right side, ranging to get there, and it lands into the Bluefield College dugout. So Ellie Mejia in an 0-1 count. He has Martin at third with the field light starting to pop on. Curbelo at second. Mejia digs back in. Lays down the bat, ready to go. OCU with an idea to maybe throw it home here if Martin has too big of a jump. 0-1. Mejia fouls it back. Hitting the backstop at 0-2 with one out in the bottom of the fourth inning. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Pop checking the runners in scoring position. Mejia looks at it low. Such a big at-bat. Pop looks out of the blue glove. Checks the runners. Ready to deal. Swung on, lifted to left field. Backing up Hyde makes the catch. Here comes Martin tagging up. He will score. And now it's 5-3. Curbelo stays at second base. And it ends up being a sacrifice for Mejia. So nothing to be disappointed about there, but I'm sure Mejia wanted that one to get down. So he can make this a 2-run game possibly, or a 1-run game with a base hit. Bachler steps in. They threw to third to make sure he had actually tagged up. And he did. So Bachler, the 9-hitter in the lineup, still represents the tying run. Grounded out to first as last time. Moved a runner over in the process. That one's in the dirt. Curbelo has a big lead. And the catcher in Lung just checks down the runner and throws it right back to the pitcher and Pop. 5-3 the score, bottom of the fourth inning. We're in a 7-inning game. So from this mark, we've already played halfway through game 2. One-0. Slides in the dirt. 2 balls, no strikes. Oh, Garrett Schilling barking out directions for Curbelo over at second base. Got a healthy lead. Comes set. Checking down the runner. Here's a 2-0. Just misses outside. I don't even think the umpire really knew what to call that. He just stared at it for a second. And no, Larry Curtis, who is watching, I'm sorry, I don't know their names. 3 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. .3-0 coming up to Bachler. Pop in a jam. 3-0. It's low, ball 4, and the Rams send it back to the top of the lineup. Tying run at first base with a go-ahead run, stepping up to the plate. Andreas Holzer, who had an RBI single in the 3rd inning. Here he is in the 4th. And we see a courtesy runner come in. I'll get a confirmation of who that is in just a moment. I believe that'll be Irvin on a pinch running situation. Andreas Holzer Sees the first pitch and hits it on the ground, straight to short. Daria throws to second in time. What a huge play for OCU shortstop as the Rams leave a couple of runners on. They score 1 run in the bottom of the 4th inning, and now it's 5-3, still in favor of OCU as we head to the 5th. On to the 5th inning. First pitch of it from Bachler to Bachler. He's high and outside. We're in the top of the 5th. Remember, this is just a 7-inning game. Bluefield down 5-3. Second pitch to Lee. 1-0 is inside. 2 balls, no strikes. 3-4-5 due up. Oh, Bachler had a rough go of it in the first inning, but since then has only allowed 1 run. That was in the 4th. So far, he's allowed 7 hits. 2-0. Fastball outside, 3 balls, no strikes. Rams do have an arm warming up in the bullpen on the right field side. As everything else continues to get colder. That's down the middle to make it 3-1. Great looking skies, though, here in Bluefield with the wispy cirrus clouds around the Appalachian Mountains. 3-1. High and in, ball 4. So Lee gets a free base. The Rams down by 2. Can't really afford to give up that many runs here. They are starting to heat up, though. Rysinga, a DH, 2 for 2 with a triple and a single. Here's the pitch. Great pitch by Bachler, right down the middle. There's strike 1. Colton Bachler to Cade Bachler. There's the 0-1. Bunt attempt on a high pitch. It lands dead in the grass. Fair ball. Oh, what a tough break for Bluefield College. And I mean, as soon as it was coming off of the bat, it popped up. So you thought that either of the Bachler brothers would be there to get it. It was going to be tough. And it just landed right in the thick grass. Cade Bachler tried to watch it go foul, and it died right on the line. So it ends up being a single. Leon to second, Rysinga at first. Not textbook bunt material at all. And Hamlin with a chance to knock in some runs here. 5-3 the score. No outs, top of the fifth. 0-1. Fastball outside. Both runners flirting with going. They stay where they are. Hamlin today, an RBI single in the first. He scored a run, also lifted a ball out to right field in the third. It's 1 for 2. Stepping off. 1 ball, no strikes. Five-3. Starting to be a jam here. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. Runner goes. Whip to third. Now they're getting him in a rundown. And this is exactly what Bluefield wanted. Wiping Lee off of the base paths. Meanwhile, Rysinga goes to second. And he put that as a 2-5. That was a strike, so now it's 1-1. Ball and a strike to Hamlin. OCU has made some questionable base running decisions today. And a steal third. I mean, Bachler was all over it. 1-1. In the dirt. Rysinga does not go. Stays at second base. 1 out now. Only Force is at first. Two balls and 1 strike with 1 out. Pickoff attempt. Almost got him. That was solid by Bachler on the mound. Butler laid down a tag, and Rysinga just had to throw a foot in there. Got to the bag safely. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's a 2-1. Hamlin looks at it low, 3-1. Tell you what, with the skies like this, when it actually warms up and the mountains behind center field have some shrubbery on them, this is going to be a beautiful place to play baseball this year. That pitch by Hamlin is cranked to center field, a base hit. Held up at third, Rysinga. Great job by Bluefield to throw it in, and Napoleon. But now runners are on the corners with 1 out, and the score remains 5-3. So Bachler's days might be numbered on the mound right now, or at least innings might be numbered. Schilling making sure that somebody's warming up in the bullpen. It's almost ready to go. Runners on the corners. Double play could get Bluefield out of this jam. 1 out. Rysinga is at third. Hamlin at first with a single. Joe Henderson at the dish now with the corner infielders playing in for Bluefield. They did try the squeeze earlier, and they just could not execute it with a foul ball. So that one is high. 1 ball, no strikes. Ready for the 1-0. Bunt attempt, first base side, and it goes out of play, foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. Even up at 1-1, 1 out. Doubleheader of Bluefield College baseball. Couple more tomorrow, or 1 more game tomorrow. We're not back at home for a while at Bowen. Really is tough to schedule ball games when you know the weather is going to be almost Siberian. 1-1, runner from first to second goes as that pitch is lifted down the right field line and foul. Henderson tried to swing away. They're saying that's a fair ball. As Henderson goes to second, that cannot be right. I don't know why they let that happen. Hamlin's going to have to go back to first base. Rysinga to third. I mean, it was painfully obvious that that ball was far to the right, and Henderson ran all the way to second base. One ball, two strikes, one out. Rysinga at third, Hamlin at first. Henderson at the plate. Bachler steps off. Into the pitch, the 1-2. Swung on, ground ball, third base side. Millet's going to chase Rysinga home. Throws over to Bachler. Bachler chasing back Rysinga. Throws it over to Mejia. Did he get the tag down? Throws it into center field. And now everything's broken loose. Rysinga onto home. He scores. It's 6-3. Hamlin gets to third. And after all of that, Henderson got to second base. Oh, Mike White has to be fuming. I think Millette, the play there might be just to go to first. He had his man. I mean, at that point, it looks like it's going to be easy enough to just tag him out. And then Mejia couldn't get the tag down, and it seemed like that was the right call that he didn't get him. So now it's 6-3 with just one out. It's a real play of the emotions there because you're thinking that there's a chance at a double play. Rysinga scores 6-3. Hamlin to third. Henderson on with what I guess you could call is a fielder's choice. And they're going to call it an E6, an error on Mejia. As Hyde looks at the pitch high, ball one. So a fielder's choice, then an E6. So Mejia couldn't get the tag down, but from this angle it's hard to tell, but I bet the throw wasn't all the way on target from the catcher and Cade Bachler. Once again, a 3-run game with the infield in. Carter Hyde, 1 for 2 in this ball game, had an RBI single in the first. 1-0, fouled back. Evens it up at 1-1. The pitch, fouled back. 1-2. That hit the overhang pretty hard. One ball, two strikes. One out and two men on in scoring position. Curveball. Right down the middle. Where did that miss? Counted 3-2. OCU's starting to feel it now. So it's 2 balls, 2 strikes to Carter Hyde. The pitch in the dirt, now 3-2. Full count, 2 men on in scoring position, and Hamlin and Henderson. I think this might be the last batter for Bachler. Comes set with the infield end. Payoff. Swung on, grounded through short. It's a base hit. Hamlin scores. Here comes Henderson sliding home. It's 8-3. And listen to that OCU crowd at Bowen Field. Wow. Hyde, it's a 2-run single. And now, looks like this will be it for Bachler. As Thomas Huddleston comes out, we'll see a new pitcher in. 8-3, a 5-run lead for OCU. We're on the top of the 5th at Bowen Field. Spencer Ambrose now on the mound. Ethan Kunkel up to the plate. 8-3, OCU leads. They have racked up already 3 runs in the top of the 5th inning as we still stand here with just 1 out. Spencer Ambrose checks the runner at first and Hyde. First pitch down the middle, strike 1. Kunkel reached his last time and scored. No balls, 1 strike. Pitch goes on the outside corner for strike 2. So already coming in, throwing a couple of strikes, starting off well. Spencer Ambrose, left-handed senior from Elizabeth City, North Carolina. Takes the runner at first. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss at a pitch in the dirt. Base is occupied with 1 out and 3 pitches all it took for Kunkel to go down swinging. Ambrose with his first strikeout. Just a 7-inning game. So now we're in all-important top of the 5th. Lung up to the plate, 0 for 2, the catcher. Runner goes, trying to get in a rundown, could be dangerous, and he steals second. Aggressive base running. Hyde taking off. Tried to pick him off at first base. Ambrose couldn't get him at first. Martin lobbed that one in a bit high. Long back to the plate. Swing and a miss. That fastball's blazing in there. There's strike 1, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Lefty checks on the runner at second with 2 gone. Here's the pitch. Fastball ripped back again. That fastball's looking good so far as a couple of ducks fly overhead. No balls, 2 strikes. Ambrose trying to finish it off. Breaking ball sits outside low. First ball of the at-bat, 1-2. Ball and 2 strikes. Ambrose coming in relief here in the top of the 5th. Checks on the runner. Deals to Lung. Swung on. Softball up the middle. Fielded by Ambrose. Tossed to first. In time. Ambrose gets the job done on that 1-3 putout. And the Rams head to the bottom of the 5th. In a hole. Down by 5. It's 8-3. Carter Bernard leads off the bottom of the 5th with the Rams down by 5 now, 8-3. Still not out of the realm of possibility. They have been down like this against OCU before. Tanner Pop still on the mound, though. And first pitch is fouled back. Bottom of the fifth in a 7-inning game. Bluefield College getting at least 3 more chances to bat. We'll see Bernard, Millette, and Napoleon right in the meat of the lineup. Bernard is 0 for 1 in this game with a walk. Swings and misses at that pitch. Wheelie down 0-2. He did strike out back in the first inning swinging. No balls, 2 strikes. Pitch outside and low. Makes it 1-2. Bernard really taking his time. Fouled off. That hits the overhang again. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Check swing on the 1-2, just a bit outside. He held up. Swing and a miss. Pitch in the dirt. Tag applied. Another strikeout for young starter in Pop. There's 1 gone, bottom of the 5th. There goes to Ozzie Millette. RBI single his last time. Pops it up, foul behind home plate, out of play. Got 1 more game for you tomorrow here on the Rams Digital Sports Network at 1 p.m. Bluefield doesn't come back. That'll be the rubber match. Series finale to see who clinches it. 0-1. Breaking ball a bit low, right between or below the knees for Millette. Pop fires away. High and away, 2 balls, 1 strike. Boy, such a packed week. Oh, that volleyball. Senior Day basketball a week from today. Once again, vote for Naquan Cousins, darkhorsedunker.com. It drops inside, ball 3. Currently trailing by 5%. That 52-47 right now in his head-to-head matchup. Here's a 3-1. Hit in the air to deep center field, on his way back towards the scoreboard, and it drops as Henderson can't get there. Millette jogging into second. It looks like he is in pain. It's a double. Mike White's going to have to go talk to him, make sure that Ozzie Millette is okay. So the training staff comes out to talk about this one with the third baseman for Bluefield. We'll take a break here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. So Ozzy Millette on with a double. Seemed like he had pulled something, but not going to try to speculate here. Irvin on to run for him now. Pepe Napoleon is at the plate. Rams are down by 5. As that pitch rolls through the catcher, pop in the dirt. There's a wild pitch, and Irvin moves on to third. Napoleon is 0 for 2 today, and the Rams need a big hit out of him here, where they're down 5. Ball and no strikes. We're in the bottom of the 5th. I think we've been in the 5th inning for about 45 minutes. Been a pretty long one. 3-run scoring in the visiting half of it. Big lead at third for Irvin. 1-0. Swung on, fouled back. Makes it 1-1. So Napoleon trying to at least send one deep on Pop. With 1 out, if it's deep enough in the air, it can score the 4th run of the day for Bluefield. One. Into the air, shallow right, coming in, makes the catch. Irvin flirts with tagging, but the throw is quick enough, and it's a great job by the right fielder in Guerin. So it just turns into an F9 for Napoleon. That'll bring up Wayne Butler. Wayne Butler, the second baseman. Pitch. Swung on, chopped up the middle. Could be trouble. Dario ranges and throws to get the final out of the 5th inning. What a play. The shortstop has really showcased his fielding abilities today. And unfortunately for Bluefield, they have been the victim of it. They leave a runner on. Rams held scoreless in the 5th inning. We are on to the 6th. It's 8-3. So a few changes for you as we go to the top of the 6th inning. Butler moves over to third in the place of Mejia. Bachler, the catcher to start the game, is now at second. And the new catcher is Brett Reif, who will bat in the place of Ozzie Millette. Easy enough as we move on to the top of the 6th inning. Spencer Ambrose still on the mound. He deals a first pitch swinging strike. Connor Guerin. Count at 0-1. Ambrose saw 2 batters, retired them both, strikeout and a ground out. Now trying to complete an inning of work here to his name. Right down the middle, strike 2 on the 0-1. So we'll see Guerin, Daria, and Lee. Top of the 6th, penultimate inning of this game. Boy, there's been 16 hits in this game, too. Already turning into quite a long one. That pitch sails outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2. Grounded foul, sharply third base side. 8-3, by the way. 4-run scoring for OCU to start the game off of Bachler. And they added another in the 4th and 3 more in the 5th. Very frustrating for Bluefield there because of the errors, and it allowed the Trailblazers to go up by 5. One, 2. Breaking ball outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ambrose, the lefty. Dylan to the righty here. Guerin had an RBI single in the 4th inning. 2-2. Popped up. Foul territory. Reif right in front of the dugout. Backs up and makes the catch. There's out number 1. On to Daria, the shortstop, who has been undoubtedly the defensive MVP of this doubleheader. Robbed the Rams of a couple of base hits that could have snuck up the middle, or at least just been infield singles. He got the throw there in time. 8-3 the score. Spencer Ambrose deals with 1 out. Right down the middle, strike 1. This lefty-righty matchup here. Now the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Daria almost lost his helmet there on that big cut. Well, Ambrose brought in relief, but he is pitching like a starter at this point. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Ambrose. Long look in as Daria steps out, digs back in right side. Oh, 2 in the dirt, ball 1. 8-3 lead. Glad you're getting a good look at the beautiful skies here in the 2 Virginias. Cold day for baseball, but what a setting. Ambrose, a lefty, out of the red glove. 1-2. Hit in the air, center field. Napoleon backs up, now has to race in, makes the catch, 2 gone. 8-3 remains the score. 2 outs, though. Top of the 6th inning. Rams have 2 more chances to try to come back and either win this game or extend it. Here's Lee. Singled in the first and scored. Walked his last time and was thrown out over at third base. Pitch. And it's low and outside. Ball one. Second baseman in this game, the catcher in the first. High and in, Lee has to limbo to the ground and goes down to his back. Ball and no strikes with two gone. Almost ready for the 2-0 as Ambrose slows down the game, fires it in. Lee sends it to deep left field. Holzer races back. It hit his glove and fell to the ground. That's going to be an error as Lee goes to second in with two bags on the E7. Now, that was tough for him to range back, but, boy, he should have had that one. Right in the glove. All right, Singa comes to the plate. Now it appears that we're going to have a new runner. And it's Brandon Seiler again, running for Lee. Colton Lee goes into the dugout, and for Bluefield College, they keep Spencer Ambrose on. 2 outs, top of the 6th. I think Coach Blevins thought that should have been a hit, but I mean, holy, it hit him in the glove. Should have caught it. It's inside, ball one. 1 ball, no strikes. Two outs, 8-3. Here's the pitch. Into the air, left field. Holzer backs up, settles down, and this time makes the catch for the final out of the 6th inning. So no runs on no hits, 1 error, 1 man left at second base. We are through 5.5 onto the 6th inning. It is 8-3. Tanner Pop on the mound as that first pitch is fouled back by Martin. Count goes to 0-1. No balls, one strike as that goes high and away. 8-3 the score. We're in the bottom of the sixth. This is just a 7-inning game. A 1-1 count to Martin. The 6, 7, 8 part of the lineup. He swings and misses. Right through that one. Strike two. It's inside, ball two. Count at 2-2. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike three. So Martin goes into the dugout. Tough game for Bluefield all around, down 8-3. Pop is dealing right now. Here comes Corbello. First pitch to the DH, outside and low. And it's ball one. One ball, no strikes. Pop steps back and deals. Swung on, lifted to right center field. Stepping back, Guerin makes the catch, two gone. Mejia's up to the plate for Bluefield. Ellie Mejia, that is. 1 for 1 with a sacrifice to left field. Game two of the doubleheader. And the dirt and outside. And for the 1-0. It's the corner. Count goes to 1-1 with two gone. Here's the pitch. In the top right corner, has that dinner plan strike zone. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pop sets and fires. Check swing, it's over his head. Held off, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pop, keeping the game going. 2-2, lifted into shallow right center. Guerin steps up, grabs it, 3 outs. We are on to the 7th and final inning. Bluefield College trying to hold the Trailblazers so they can come back in the bottom of the 7th when we come back. Ohio Christian leads off in the top of the 7th, up 8-3. Final inning of this ball game. It's Hamlin and the 5-6-7 up against Spencer Ambrose. Trying to move his way through this lineup to get Bluefield a chance as Hamlin launches one down the left field line, but that is foul. Down at 0-1, no outs. We'll see Hamlin, Henderson, and Hyde. This alliterative top of the 7th. Oh, 1. It's inside and low. Ball and a strike. Thanks for tuning in today. Bailey Engel on the call. We've had fun talking to you at wherever you're watching this game, whether you're in your car, you're at home, you're on a Fire Stick, whatever. Glad you made us a part of your Saturday. 1-1. That one's cranked left field through the gap, base hit. Easily fielded by Holzer. It's a single, and that is actually the first hit allowed by Spencer Ambrose. He's been on since the 5th inning. He's already pitched an inning and 2/3. You have Joe Henderson. 8-3 already the lead, top of the 7th. $11 hits in this ball game. Shows bunt, fouled it off, just got a piece of the bat. Strike 1. So it really all changed since that 9th inning. The Rams were up 8-1. We saw OCU score 4 runs at that point, and since then, they have outscored the Rams 12-3. No balls, 1 strike. Spencer Ambrose, the lefty, comes set. Checks at first. Butler playing it at third. Here's the pitch. Anderson doesn't show bunt that time. Comes back. It's a ball and a strike. Pickoff attempt at first, not in time. I think Blevins for OCU wanted a balk there. Pitch, outside and high. 2 balls, 1 strike. 8-3, 5-run lead. There's no outs. Hamlin, the leadoff man, is on at first. Joe Henderson, hitless today, scored back in the 5th on a fielder's choice. Here's a pickoff. That was a bit closer. Got back, though. 2 balls, 1 strike. He deals. Shows bunt. It's laid down perfectly. First base side, and it dies in fair territory. Boy, that is an incredible bunt. Died right on the chalk. Now runners on the, Hamlin only moves to second base. And Mike White is arguing that maybe it landed foul. So might as well talk about it. Even though you had a great look at the whole thing, I mean, I don't really understand how you missed that call. You walk up right on the ball. Not really that objective. So they're still conversing about this. 8-3. Runners at second and first with no outs for the Trailblazers. Henderson's on with a single already, a couple of singles to open up the 7th inning. Showing bunt again. Carter Hyde lifts it on the first base side foul. Goes to 0-1. Counted 0-1. Here's the pitch, and it's high. Well, Spencer Ambrose was in a bit of a groove, now starting to slide off the rails. They're going to throw a couple extra pitches. Ready for a 1-1. Pops it up foul on a bunt attempt to the screen. Ball and 2 strikes. Ambrose looking out to his teammates, has to step back onto the rubber. A few Bluefield fans that are here encouraging the pitcher. That's going to use a double play here with the corner infielders playing in. Butler up on the lip between the grass and the dirt at third. Checking at second. Hamlin with a big lead. 1-2. Breaking ball sits outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. No outs, 2 men on. Already a 5-run lead in this 7-inning game. Here's another 1-2. Swing and a miss. Got him. Good strikeout for Ambrose. That's his second 1 out. Brings up Ethan Kunkel. So now a double play could end this 7th inning. Down by 5. The Rams going into the bottom of the 7th. They'll have the 9-1-2 due up. Kunkel up in the batter's box. Let's see if there's another bunt attempt coming up. Wants to swing around. He swings and misses. It's a double steal. So there goes the double play. And Kunkel called out for an interference. And Blevins is lighting up the umpire. Now turns around. All right, and Fife did not even attempt to throw, but I mean, you got to argue, well, he didn't because there's a man standing in front of him. So Kunkel is called out. So now there's 2 gone, and both the runners have to go back to where they came from at second and first. That brings up the catcher and Lung. Now the pitch. Swung on, slapped to left field. Holzer steps up, hits the ground. It's a base hit. Here comes Hamlin. He scores. And now it's 9-3. Henderson on to second RBI single for Lung. And it sends us back to the top of the lineup and Guerin. 6-run lead for the Trailblazers. Connor Guerin. Nine 9-3 the score. Guerin has 1 single in this one. Watches it fly outside, ball 1. Rams don't have an arm in the bullpen. They have to think about tomorrow. They have a full 9-inning game to play against Ohio Christian. They're going to need some arms. One ball, no strikes. 2 outs. Ambrose fires home. It's inside and a fastball. Fife, the catcher, telling his pitcher to calm down a little bit. 2 balls, no strikes. Here's a 2-0. Lifted to left field. Holzer races back, another base hit. Henderson scores to make it 10-3. Sliding into third is Lung. Now on to second, it's a 1-run double. I think this might be it for Ambrose. 10-3. Huddleston's right on the last step. Daria's at the plate now. Now we see Guerin go back to second. 10-3 the score. 14 hits for OCU. Only need one more out. The pitch. Breaking ball stops in the dirt. Fife slams it down the first baseline. It goes out to get it. 1 ball, no strikes. Rams still have to bat, down by 7. 20 combined hits in this game. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Shortstop whiffs through that one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ball and a strike, 2 gone. Oh, each of these balls that have been hit pretty hard. All out to left field. They've been early. The 1-1. Inside and low. 2 balls, 1 strike. Two gone. That's inside, but called a strike. So really, umpire must think that Dario is on top of the plate here. See, bounce back, and that ball landed in the zone. Ready for the 2-2 to end the inning. High and outside, ball 3. Three balls, 2 strikes, a full count. Here's a payoff of the runner at third, and it's low and inside. Ball 4. Bases loaded. There's 2 gone. Henderson already scored. Runner representing Lung, and Hunter Holtz is at third base. Guerin at second. Daria at first with a walk. 8th batter of the inning. Seiler. Big swing and a miss. First time we've seen him bat today. Riff, the catcher. 0-1. High and away. It's inside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Bases loaded, 2-1. Pitch, inside, ball 3. 3-1. Reif calling for the signs, and Ambrose deals. It's high for ball 4. (11-3). Already 3 runs in the inning. I don't think Bluefield has anybody ready to go. After Seiler gets on at first, Reisinga is up to the plate. The base is loaded. High drop by Reif. It goes down the first baseline. Eight-run lead. Ball and no strikes. Base is loaded. 1-0 in the dirt. Good job by Reif to keep it in front. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Base is loaded. OCU has broken this game open. Checks on the runners. Deals 2-0. Popped up. Foul territory. Martin on the warning track. Drops the ball. He dropped the ball. And now the bases stay loaded. Oof. Well, this is rough for the Rams in the top of the 7th. Two balls, 1 strike. Offer inside, rolls down the third baseline. Reif picks it up. Count of 2-2. Can Ambrose end it here? Kicks and offers. Popped up foul right behind home plate and out of play. So it stays at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The offer, everyone's going. That was actually ball 3, so another run comes in. (12-3). Huddleston's out there. This might be it for Ambrose. Ambrose is done, so that means we'll see a new pitcher. Taking a break, 12-3 the score. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Aaron Hash is now on the mound, the lefty up against Hamlin. First pitch fouled back, strike one. There's 2 outs. The last out that was recorded was off of Ethan Kunkel, who was called for interference on an attempted throwdown when Ohio Christian tried on a double steal. There's a 9-run lead right now for the Trailblazers. Trying to add on some more here. The base is loaded. Hamlin pops it up behind home plate. Rife ranges back. Goes out of play. Count is at 0-2. Top of the 7th. 14 hits for OCU. Rams won the first game 8-5 despite a late rally by the Trailblazers. Hash deals 0-2. Breaking ball laid off, bouncing in the dirt, ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One, 2. Fouled off. Ball and 2 strikes. Stays at 1-2 with the bases loaded. The pitch. Hamlin grounds it left side. Butler steps up and went through him. Everybody's safe. 13-3, an E5, and a 10-run lead. Ten-run lead. Well, Joe Henderson steps up to the plate. They have batted around. Here's the pitch. Called a strike and a fastball. Rams have their 9-1-2 due up. We'll see if Pop comes out for the 7th and final inning of work. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Good pitch by Aaron Hash on a fastball blazing down the middle. 13-3. Hash steps off. Oh, OCU just had the tone set with that 4-run top of the first inning. 0-2. Lofted to center field, base hit. 1 run scores. Make that 2 after Rysinga comes in. It's 15-3. The first pitch into Carter Hyde is inside ball 1. Okay. 1-0, ready to go for Hash. Here's the pitch. Hyde looks at it high. 2 balls, no strikes. That pitch is cracked center field. Napoleon can't get there. Hamlin scores to make it 16-3. Henderson rounding third, and now the game is 17-3. Throw to third, not in time, and Hyde as a triple. Cleared the bases with that one. It's a 14-run lead. So 2 outs. So now we see a new man batting. It's Seth Nichols. In the place of Kunkel. (17-3). So a 2-touchdown difference, and the Rams have to try to come back for the bottom of the 7th. It might just be, it's a great thing about baseball. Just try to reset and play again tomorrow. After they won the first game 8-5. Fastball is high, but called a strike. Oh, one popped up. First base side, out of play foul. Rams have committed a few errors in this inning that have really just elongated this pretty tough game. Pitch, Nichols looks at it inside, ball 1. As runner at third and Hyde. Here's the 1-2. In the dirt, gets behind Reif. Hyde stays at third base. Down to 2-2. Pitch in the dirt. Reif doing a great job keeping it in front of him. Swing and a miss, and the top of the 7th is finally over. We head to the bottom of the 7th after a 9-run showing by the Trailblazers. Rams' final chance coming up. Bachler to the plate. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. 14-run lead for OCU. That pitch appeared to go outside 1-0. So the 9-1-2 due up. Holzer on deck, Bernard in the hole. It's a 14-run lead. Bachler flies it up, foul territory. Uncle looks at it outside. Goes to 1-1. Game 2 of this doubleheader just about to be over. One. We'll see you tomorrow at 1 p.m. as that pitch hits the outside corner. Just a tough one for the Rams. Get into the bullpen, start to kick the ball around a little bit, make some bad decisions in fielding, and that's how you end up with a 9-run inning. As Bachler sends it up the middle for a base hit. So now the Rams have a man on, down by 14. Meanwhile, Tanner Papa is still on the mound trying to finish off a complete game. Holzer up to the plate. This is the final inning, folks. Remember, this is game 2 of this doubleheader. And the NAIA, you play a second game that's 7 innings. Breaking ball in the dirt, gets past the catcher, and Bachler moves to second base. "16 hits for Ohio Christian as opposed to 7 for Bluefield. One ball, no strikes. Holzer already has an RBI today. 1-0. Swung on, grounded over to short, backhand stab. And Daria could not throw it over to first, but he saved that from being an RBI single. Another single for Bluefield, 2 men on. So Edgardo Bernard up to the plate. Rams down by 14. It's 17-3. Bottom of the 7th. Well, they won the first game today, and it was a great performance by Nathan Cutler. He struck out 10 batters through 7 innings. And then you just saw Bluefield's going to have to work through their bullpen. Just try to find who are the guys to rely on. And it was tough. They were up 8-1, and it ended up being an 8-5 game. That's really turned the tide of the doubleheader. Since then, the Rams have been outscored 21-3. Pitch. Outside corner. There it is. A strike. "1-1 the score. Or 1-1, unfortunately not the score. That is the count. 17-3 the score. Bottom of the 7th. Check swing. It's a bit low. 2 balls, 1 strike. Two men on for Bluefield. Outside corner, strike 2. Oh, Tanner Pop. And to cap off a complete game. So far he's allowed 8 hits. 2 strikeouts to his name. Should have 5. And now timeout called. Outside and low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Make it 3 balls, 2 strikes. Got a full count. 2 men on and no outs. Outside, ball 4, and the bases are loaded.
Let's go, Brett.
Brent Reif to the plate, but take a break here as Rick Barger wants to talk this one over with Tanner Pop. I mean, you talk about not having a huge margin for error. There is a huge margin for error here, up 17-3. Reif batting in the place of Ozzie Millette, who, after his double back in the 5th inning, was replaced in the lineup by Reif, who's now the catcher. Butler moved over to second, and then Butler moved over to third. There's a gentleman in a morph suit at third base. That is Ethan Kunkel. He has a full ski mask over his face. You can't even see his eyes. That's the point we've gotten into this game.
Come on, Brett.
Brett Reif. Bases loaded. Catcher watches it low. Ball 1. (17-3). Rams are down by a couple of touchdowns. Bases loaded, no outs though. Swinging a high fly ball to center field, backing up, and makes the catch. Runner tagging, and that will be a sacrifice fly for Reif. So Bachler comes in to score. It's now 17-4. And with 1 out. Holzer stays at second base. Bernard standing by with a walk at first. Here's Pepe Napoleon. So Reif with the RBI. Pitch. Low and in, ball 1. Napoleon watches that one curve into the zone at 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. No outs. Pitch. Swung on, hit hard on the ground, over to short. Daria, backhanded stab. Up to throw, got him. Wow. Runners move, there's 2 outs. Holzer to third, Bernard to second. It's still 17-4. We're now Bluefield down to their final out in this doubleheader. What a play. Wayne Butler. Basic could give him a few RBIs. Fastball outside for ball 1. Ball and no strikes. Christian looking for their second win of the year, and this will be a pretty confident one. They've been pretty lit up about every hit. Breaking ball hits the outside corner at 1-1. 1 out, 2 men on. And both in scoring position. Rams with, 2 outs. Swing and a miss. Rams down to their final strike. Pop trying to cap off a complete game. 1-2. Hit on the ground over to short. That should be it. Daria gloves it, throws to first, and game 2 of the doubleheader is over. 17-4, Ohio Christian wins that one. We will be back tomorrow for the rubber match at 1 p.m. to see who clinches the series. But a final score until then. Take it easy, Rams fans. Rams lose this one 17-4.